Welcome back. I'm here with Jon Barrie, he's a former U.S. Senate candidate, and we're talking about all kinds of stuff, right? Today, I think you're not a candidate. Are you going to announce for anything soon?
In 2016, I will be running for state office. I'm not sure, can't announce the specifics, but I will be running in 2016.
Well, I hope you come and announce on my show.
Absolutely. So. You know what? I'm going to make that a plan that I will announce on your show.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. We were talking about Keystone before we went for a break. I know that we just leave that for now. I know we kind of agree on that it's a short-term gain. I think long-term doesn't look very good. Eric Cantor lost, I think most people are saying, this earthquake they're referring to was because of immigration, because of the immigration population moving towards the southeast. And that was the hot issue there, and that's why the candidate who supported the Tea Party, and I think he was supported by the Tea Party, stood against immigration, the amnesty.
Closing borders is essential. You don't have a nation if you have open borders. Ronald Reagan said it very clearly. You don't have a sovereign nation if your borders aren't secure. I mean, if you go to France, Germany, England, wherever, the borders, you can't, they're...
Why do you think that Texas, who's a very conservative state, haven't done anything about their own 1,500 miles of border?
See, it goes to Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. I think, I'm sorry to say this,
I know we have a pretty short
government. It's the government, they're the ones who should do it. And the states, every time they try to do it, they get bumped up by the federal government. And so it just kind of exists. If I was the governor of New Mexico, first thing I'd do is send the National Guard down and close our borders just like that. And you could do that, but the federal government would be right on our backs immediately after doing that. See, they're supposed to do their job and they're not. So the Tea Party, they support closed borders because immigration economically is having a devastating effect on this nation. I mean, I want everybody to succeed, and the people that come here,
I do agree with one of their opinions there, one of their ideas there that says Americans first.
Correct.
I agree with that. But then what do we do with the 10, 20 million that are living in the shadows? We can't be inhumane to them. We're not going to round them up and send them back, right? So what do we do with them?
Well, if you do it legally...
So there is a pathway to citizenship,
There is definitely
right?
a pathway. The thing is, we just need to comply with the Constitution again and take care of those, and they can choose to stay or go because they've broken the law. So somewhere we need to have some kind of retribution in answer to that. Somebody told me, well, you can't send 10, 20 people back. I said, well, they came here, they got here, maybe you could. I mean, and would that be inhumane? I'm not sure.
They are deporting him. This administration reported several, I think about 5 or 6 million of them.
Some of that is...
That's, I know it's not nearly enough.
Yeah, some of that's paperwork, and it's interesting how they're doing that. It's not totally clear that those are valid deportations.
When you're dealing with families, you're dealing with on a humanitarian level, and I think we talked about this before, there's that human effect, right? So how do we deal with that? How do we say, well, the kids were born here, or the relatives are here, someone wanting to join the military, they're saying, we'll join the military, we'll serve this nation. Should we consider them the Dream Act?
It is tough because you have the human factor here, and it becomes very serious because the parents broke the law to get here, to have these families here, and they're trying to succeed here. Why are they here in the United States anyway? Because we offer something better than what they had, right? So that's a great thing to speak of America, isn't it? But they're doing it illegally. So we need to get that pathway for them to be legal and to be accountable for what they've done. And I think you can do that without that much disruption. But there's been no real concerted effort to do that by the federal government. Some states have kind of tried, and then Jan Brewer in Arizona tried, and next thing you know, the federal government's suing her. I don't understand that. Let's put in place, and then when they come here, they know what the situation is. They know what to expect. And if they choose to come and do it the proper way, I want everybody here to come to the United States. This is a wonderful country.
Majority of the people that we're talking about they're from a part of life where they don't have much to eat. A lot of them, they don't have a very good way of life. They're not the middle class of, say, Mexico or South America. They're coming in. Some of them are even coming in from China. They're coming. A lot of these immigrants that we don't know about are coming in via Mexico.
Right, that's correct.
It's rarely through Canada. It's always through Mexico. The issue there is, if you build a wall, like say a wall going all the way from Texas into say San Diego to Tijuana there. How do we do that? That's not something we can do, right?
You know, you don't need the
see,
wall.
you're a
you
wise
don't need the
person. Are we
fence.
going to do that?
No, you don't. What you
So
just,
how do we
you-
control
You need
that?
to patrol. We have the ability to do that. You know, we have the military strength, the ability to patrol the borders and stop that. We could do that. It would be, and you don't need fences and brick and mortar there. You just keep them from coming over, and it's really could be quite easily done.
Ronald Reagan gave him amnesty, right? 35 million.
And so
received
did John
amnesty.
Kennedy, and
John
so
Kennedy.
did.
You're not
Mr.
for
Obama.
amnesty? You don't think that's a good idea?
Well, what it does, it's like I said, you know, you have a bucket under a drip, and you drip, 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 and the bucket gets full, and you throw the bucket out, and you put the under the drip. So what you do is you plug the drip.
So we're saying where does it end? And
Yeah,
I
it
hear
never,
that argument.
It never ends
I hear
because
that
it's a
argument.
continual cycle.
I hear
Now they
that
want to do it for 20 million more, and it'll continue to go and continue to go. And that does not plug the drip. That's our whole idea of the Constitution is if you're going to come here legally. Do it properly. Come here and join us because we do want you because this nation's great. It has more to offer than any other nation in the world.
Chamber of Commerce, I know they're kind of like leaning towards amnesty and not necessarily amnesty, but some kind of a pathway because it does affect businesses.
It's inexpensive labor. Let's face it. I mean, the truth is, it's inexpensive labor.
Agriculture is directly related to it.
Yes.
There's a lot of issues there. I think we can overlook some of the stuff, but then ultimately you look at a human face, very difficult to say, well, you know what, we need to push you out of here. And it's not, I don't think it's something we can do. So someone as wise as you, how do we handle this for not just the 20 million they hear down the road? We
Well, you
can't
stop
close
the
off
drip
our,
first.
Yeah, okay.
You stop that
So
first.
we just close off our borders.
You close the borders first. You do it like you're supposed to. And then you deal with those that are here. And there's a way to do that. You know, there is legal channels for that. And they make decisions.
Exactly.
Because we want them here, but we want them here legally.
I think so, and it's a very difficult
Oh, it is.
situation.
It
It's
is.
not something that could be solved overnight. But
Yes.
it is, I think in 2016, you'll hear this a lot, I think.
I think you're right. In fact, I know you're right.
So you're going to come back and announce?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I appreciate you coming in. Always
Appreciate
nice to
it.
have
Oh,
you
it's
on.
always a pleasure to be on your show.
That's it. We're out of time. We'll see you next week. Thank you.